Hey everyone, today I want to do a quick video on staying true to you in light of the advice that you may receive on a day-to-day basis. If I sound a bit foggy, by the way, please excuse me. I am getting over a cold, a slight cold, but I wanted to make sure I got this video out there because I have heard from a few friends that have been receiving advice and they're not quite sure how to take it, how to perceive it. And one of the things that I always say is when you are receiving advice, you want to put it in context, in context of the conversation that's going on, but you also want to put it in context in terms of your life's mission, your life's purpose, vision, your path overall, your goals overall, because sometimes the advice that we receive is constructive in nature and sometimes the advice is destructive, where it's designed to steer you off course. And sometimes the advice is neutral. I mean, it really is like, this is what I think you should do in this situation. But it's really coming from that person's perspective, their mission, their purpose, as opposed to really thinking about what your vision is, what your purpose is, what your path is. And so you always want to consider the advice that you get within their proper context so you don't get steered off course. And sometimes some advice is given with like a backhanded insult attached to it, and that kind of advice you just want to push off altogether. Like someone saying like, well, I think you should do XYZ because XYZ. So it's like they encourage you to do something because they think what you're doing right now is complete crap or whatever it is. That kind of advice you just kind of push away because you're gonna have haters when you start pursuing your goals and you're following your heart's mission. You're gonna find haters. That's just a part of life. But what you want to do is stay true to you, regardless of what people are saying to you, because ultimately it is your life. Ultimately it is your path to live, and you don't want to look back years from now and say, I really wish I didn't take that person's advice. I really wish I stuck to my guns and I moved forward with what I really wanted to do. You have to really zone in on your passion and your purpose. So when someone gives you advice, you know exactly how to categorize it and you know what to do with it. And you really want to hone in on the advice that's constructive, that will push your passion forward. An example of advice that you have to take caution with is when someone tells you what you should do for a living. So, you know, someone might tap into or notice that you have a talent in medicine and they might say, oh, you should become a doctor. Well, what if your passion is to become a business owner in the tech world? You want to move to Silicon Valley and become the next, I don't know, Mark Zuckerberg. Well, what do if you have a whole bunch of people trying to encourage you in one direction, but your passion is in something else? You really have to zone in on your passion, and it's so tough sometimes when you have trusted people in your life telling you to take a certain course. But when all is said and done, you have to stay true to you because you don't want to have regrets. You do not, because oftentimes what accompanies certain advice is a lot of money, student loans, you know, moving someplace where you may not have necessarily wanted to move. I mean, a lot of things happen when we take advice from someone else that isn't in line with our mission and our goals, and you really don't want to have any regrets. Or say, you know, man, I wouldn't have had to do XYZ, take out these student loans or do this or do that had I just stayed true to my vision. So I say all this to say, be very careful with the advice that you listen to, that you absorb. Always put it in proper context with your heart's mission, with your purpose, with your path, with your goals. Get rid of the advice from haters. That's not stuff to listen to. But when all is said and done, really take into consideration the constructive advice that is in line with what you really want to do, and pretty much ignore everything else. You really have to sift the advice that you get on a day-to-day basis because people are watching you. People are observing you, and they're going to have opinions. And really, when all is said and done, the only opinion that matters is your own. Because again, as I've mentioned several times already, you don't want to have regrets, and you want to wake up every day excited to pursue your passion, to pursue your mission. You want to be excited about going to work. You want to be excited about what you're doing. The day-to-day may not be super exciting, but you want to know that what you are pursuing overall is in line with your heart and what your heart really, what you see for your life overall. So thank you so much for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up if you agree, and let me know what you think in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you guys, and stay tuned for my next video. I'll see you soon. Bye.